Hi, welcome back. Lesson 4, pH scale and universal indicator. The learning outcomes for today. I'm going to explain what is the pH scale. We're going to link the pH with hydrogen ion concentration and acidity. We're going to see how we can measure pH of the solution by using a universal indicator, a pH meter, and a pH sensor. We're going to also describe the importance of controlling pH of a soil. Right, a pH scale. What is a pH scale? Basically, it means it's a set of numbers used to indicate whether a solution is acidic, alkaline, or neutral. For example, solutions with pH less than 7 are acids. Solutions with pH values more than 7 are alkaline. A neutral solution has a pH of 7. Okay, the pH of some common substances is shown as below. As you see, pH scale range from 0 to 14. And hydrochloric acid or nitric acid or sulfuric acid, common acids found in lab, have pH values of 1. Atanoic acid has a value of 3. Sodium hydroxide, on the other hand, is a very strong alkali, has a value of pH 13. Aqueous ammonia has a value of pH 10. And pure water is a value of 7. Okay, the pH value is calculated based on the number of hydrogen ions and hydroxide ions present in the solution. So for acids, the smaller the pH value, the more hydrogen ions it contains. Hence, the solution is said to be more acidic. So the acid with a pH of 2 has more hydrogen ions than an acid with pH of 5. So we can say acid with pH 2 is more acidic than the acid with pH 5. For alkali, in the same way, the bigger the pH, the more hydroxide ions it contains. The solution is said to be more alkali. For example, an alkali with pH of 12 has more hydroxide ions than an alkali with pH of 9. Hence, you can say that the alkali with pH 12 is more alkali than the alkali with pH 9. Solution with pH 7 is known as neutral, in which, in this case, the number of hydrogen ions is the same as the number of hydroxide ions in the solution. Okay, measuring the pH. The pH value of a solution can be measured by 3 ways. 1, using universal indicator. 2, a pH meter, or a pH sensor attached to a data logger. Universal indicator is actually a mixture of dyes to give different colors at different pH values. It starts from red, which is very acidic, to violet, which means very alkali. These values are approximate. So what we can do is this. To find the pH of a solution, we can use a piece of universal indicator paper and dip it in the solution and compare the resulting color with the scale that was given, okay, in the color chart. These will give an approximate value of the pH of that particular solution. As you can see, red is pH 0, to violet, extreme violet, is pH 14, green 6 and 7, green is a bit neutral, 7 is neutral, so it's green. Okay, pH of some common substances. Some to highlight: lemon juice says red, is slightly acidic. pH 2. Milk, it's slightly acidic actually, it's pH 6, near to neutral. Sodium hydroxide, which is a very strong alkali, between 13 to 14. Okay, pH meter. pH meter is an instrument used to measure the pH of a solution accurately. Very simply, you just dip into the solution, press the button, and the value will be displayed. Another accurate way of measuring pH is the use of pH sensor attached to a data logger. Okay, the pH of a solution can be found by dipping the sensor into the solution, and the pH sensor is attached to a data logger which will collect the pH readings of the solution. And these readings can be used for analysis by using a computer. Okay, what's so important about controlling pH in soils? Okay, plants need soils of a suitable pH for good growth. Examples are potatoes and peanuts. They grow very well with pH of 5.5 to 6.5. Wheat or plums, they grow very well at pH of 6.5 to 7.5. Barley and cabbages, they grow very well at pH of 7.5 to 8.5. Hence, it's important to control the pH of soil for good plant growth. Most plants will not grow well if the soil is too acidic. So what we can do, is to reduce the acidity of soil by adding a base. Bases such as calcium hydroxide, or some people call it slick lime, or calcium oxide called quicklime, into the soil. Okay, the base reacts with acids in the soil and raise the pH so that the plants can grow more healthily. In summary, acids have pH values less than 7. Alkalis have pH values more than 7. A neutral solution has a pH of exactly 7. Acids with lower pH have more hydrogen ions and is said to be more acidic. Alkalis with larger pH have more hydroxide ions and is said to be more alkali. The pH of a solution can be measured by using a universal indicator, pH meter, or a pH sensor attached to a data logger. And it's also very important to control the pH in soil for good plant growth. To acidic soil can be treated with calcium hydroxide or calcium oxide. That's the end of today's lesson. Thank you.